what is the best comic book movie year ever? It's a discussion that a lot of us film fans, particularly those of us who really enjoy the comic book genre, will ask ourselves a lot. And with Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and Flash all being fantastic, could 2023 be a part of that conversation? Well, that question is the center of today's Mint Mobile hotline question of the day. Hey, listen, if you guys have a question you'd like to see us address on the channel, go ahead and call it in anytime 24/7 at 951-268-4259. And again, this question is, should we consider 2023 to be the best comic book movie year ever? Check it out.
Hey, John Campea crew. My name is Steve-O. With Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 being an absolute hit, The Flash being one of the best DC movies of the past decade, and Across the Spider-Verse being an absolute amazing hit, are you ready to call 2023 the best year for comic book movies? Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
All right, Steve, thanks for calling that in. And yeah, look, there is no doubt that when you look at these three comic book films, Flash, which I know many of you haven't seen yet, but take our word for it, it's fantastic. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which was absolutely wonderful. And now in theaters, maybe the best comic book movie ever. I don't know if I'll still think that a couple of weeks from now, but I'm still basking in the afterglow of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It has already made 2023, which we're only halfway through, a really good year for comic book movies. But are we ready to say it's the best? Well, maybe yes, maybe no. I would like to propose to you the year 2018. All right. Because now while we're looking at this year, we've got Flash, we've got Across the Spider-Verse, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Yes. 2018 also had its own share of big three movies, right? Let's take a look at this. First of all, in the Spider-Verse thing, you had the first Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse, which won the Academy Award for Best Animated Film. So that's great. The second part of the big three that year was Black Panther, a $1 billion film that became a cultural icon and changed kind of the direction of the MCU. And speaking of the MCU, that same year in 2018, one of the most successful films of all time and one of the greatest comic book films of all time, Avengers: Infinity War. So you've got your big three in 2023 with Across the Spider-Verse, Flash, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But in 2018, you also had another big three right there. Now, the problem is I don't think we can answer the question based just on the big three movies. You have to look at the supporting cast, if you will. What's the other films that sort of filled it out? And as we look at this year, there are still some question marks, but what else has this year already offered us? Well, it offered us Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Now, all film is subjective. You may like it. One of the guys in this room, as a matter of fact, Jonathan Voico, likes this film. I know several other people who like this film. I did not, and that's fine. But yeah, not a great start to the year. Another comic book film that's already come out this year is Shazam 2. Now, I know a lot of you guys didn't like it. I did like it, but it's also one of the biggest flops in cinematic history. Now, we still have a few other comic book movies to come out this year. We got Blue Beetle, which I've got some, I'm optimistic for that. We got The Marvels coming out, which I'm a fan of Captain Marvel, so we'll see how The Marvels turns out. And then we've got the next Aquaman film, right? So that's our supporting cast there. Quantumania, Flash, or Shazam 2, and then we'll see about Blue Beetle, The Marvels, and Aquaman. We'll see. But let's go back over to 2018 for a second, because already here we got the big three, Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse, Black Panther, Avengers: Infinity War. But I would propose that, at least for me, the supporting cast that year was also really, really good. Look, I get it. I like Venom more than most people do, right? And let's refresh that, Jonathan. I like Venom more than most people do. I really enjoyed this movie a hell of a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's great. I know not as many people like it as much as I do, but I love this film. Made over $800 million at the box office. So that was one of the supporting films. Another supporting film was the first Aquaman, which was a delightful little movie and made over $1 billion. The first DC film to make over $1 billion at the box office. A DCEU film, I should say. They also had that same year Deadpool 2. which is awesome. I didn't quite like it quite as much as the first Deadpool, but I love this movie regardless. And then rounding out the supporting cast of that year, the second Ant-Man film, Ant-Man and the Wasp, which was a hell of a lot better than Quantumania. And I really like Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and I would propose that's the weakest film on this list. So if you're just putting up the big three against the big three, it's really close. Maybe I would even give the slight edge to 2023 versus 2018's big three, but still, it's really, really close. But then once you take into consideration the supporting cast, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Shazam 2, and then who knows what we're going to get with Blue Beetle, The Marvels, and Aquaman 2. Whereas in 2018, Venom, the first $1 billion Aquaman, Deadpool 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp to go along with Infinity War, Black Panther, and Into the Spider-Verse. So is 2023 the greatest comic book year ever? I'm going to say no. And by the way, a lot of people may consider other years other than 2018 to take that crown. But for me right now, when you take the entire body of work of the 2018 year for comic book films, that to me is still the standard to beat. There have been other years that have had some better movies, but again, when you look at the total collection and the quality level of films that came out that year, that's to beat. And could 2023 catch up? Maybe. If Blue Beetle blows our socks off and The Marvels blows our socks off and then Aquaman 2 blows our socks off, well, then maybe we need to revisit this question. But for me, for now, 2018 is still that film, and it's still that year, I mean. We want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. From the gas pump to the grocery store, your utility bills and favorite streaming services, inflation is everywhere. Seriously, make it stop. Thankfully, there's one company out there that's giving you a much needed break. It's Mint Mobile. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know that ever since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've been saving almost 70% a month over my old phone plan. For people looking for extra savings this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. By going online only and eliminating the traditional cost of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? I mean, do you think 2023 could get in that conversation of best comic book movie year ever? There's still a lot of films we got to watch. Would you agree with me that maybe 2018 might be that year? Maybe there's another year when you look at the full body of work that was presented that year that you think that year should be getting more consideration for the best one ever. Whatever you guys think about, jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks a lot for watching our video. Make sure you click the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. And by the way, we do the John Campea Show podcast every day, so go and subscribe to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever your favorite podcasting app of choice is.